Welcome, guys. I believe we are now live. Welcome to, oh, what's it? Hold on. Camera's so far away. Let me get you guys closer. Yeah, that's a little closer. Welcome to one of the greatest Resident Evil games of all time, Resident Evil Survivor. Yeah, like Rogue Dragon already said in the chat, this is probably not going to be that long of a stream, because I looked up the first stream I did with this. It was like an hour, 40 minutes, something like that. This is not a long game, but we're going to take a different path. I actually, this is going to be an Andy run. I'm not sure. It's either, I keep dropping stuff. It's either going to be Andy or the, or Goldman. So we'll see what pops up, but I actually went through my original stream this morning just to see what paths I took, and I wrote them down so I don't take the same paths. There's 4 different parts in this game. This game actually has some level of replayability. I'd say up to 3 times. Because there's certain areas, there's 4 sections where you could take alternate paths. And depending on what alternate path you take is, at the end, whether you get the Umbrella Commander, Goldman, or Andy that pops out. So we'll just go with the flow and see what we got here. How's the MK review going? I'm actually going to start working out today because today I'm streaming Survivor, as you can see. And then Sundays I tend to take off, so I haven't worked on it yet. I'm aiming for Wednesday, though. Please take the giant gator path. I think I am. Let me see. I think I am. But yeah, we'll see what happens. It's been a while since I've taken all these different paths, but can you do both paths today? I'm only gonna do one. I'll do one because then when I stream the game again, I'll do another one. I like saving this game for later too, so I can. Oh, actually, let me just load my other file. It doesn't even matter.
Evil
Survivor. I have this game too. It's kind of fun. This game gets unwarranted hate. I love this game. I love it the way I love Sub-Zero. Like it's one of those games that, no, it's not a good game. I'm not gonna sit there and lie and be like, this game is straight up like a quality experience. It's not, but it's a lot of fun to play. It's a fun bad game. Next stream just before Resident Evil 9 releases. We'll probably do the 3rd and final one during Halloween time. Maybe I'll do it during Halloween time. I did the first one ages ago, which I wasn't even planning on really like doing the other paths, but I want to replay this game again, so might as well do the other path.
Where am I? Oh.
Just don't go up the guard tower in the kids' prison. That's what I did last time, actually.
I don't remember anything.
I have to take the stairs underground because I think I went up, and that's why I was in the nightclub. So we got to take the alternate path that's not the nightclub. I personally think this one's better than Sub-Zero. I don't know. I like them both. They're 2 different kind of games. But this game would have been there. This game would have been amazing with a light gun, which was planned in the US release. They rushed it. Like, development was a mess on it, and they didn't have time to implement. But if you watch like the early ads for the game, like in the old gaming magazines, they would advertise a light gun. And it didn't happen. They never got its light gun compatibility. Hang on, I move this microphone. It's all up in my face. Oh, and Friday we're I didn't make it public yet, but Friday we're streaming Terminator Resistance. Actually, I got a code from them to play it early.
You
but
look familiar, but
the code doesn't work. They gave me a European code, so I'm waiting for them to send me a US code. I can't download it yet.
But I just can't remember.
How's the audio
Mark
in the
Thompson,
game?
huh? Though I can't remember anything, I know that this was no way for anyone to die.
Its voice acting's amazing.
What?
Is this also on PC? No, I believe this was only on PS1. It was exclusive. I don't believe it got a PC release. But I don't know, some PS1 games had like these obscure PC releases that no one remembers. Like the old Resident Evil games had a PC release. Metal Gear Solid had a PC release. Literally in this game, all you have to do to kill everything is just back up and just use your handgun, because it's unlimited. You don't run out of handgun ammo. Wait, what Terminator? Terminator Resistance. They're coming out with the Enhanced Edition, and that's going to be on PS5. All right. Last time I went, where did I go? Last time I went to the restaurant. No. I went to the theater last time, which is that door. So this time I want to go to the restaurant. That's the church, but we'll go to the restaurant this time. It's straight down the hall from where you entered. That was this one. So this will be different than the last time. The only Terminator game I have is Dawn of Fate. I love that game. That was one of my favorite. Actually, I had that on my original Xbox. I love how they reuse the Resident Evil 2 zombie models. They're so cool. I did test this game, but its spiritual successor, Dead Aim, for PS2, I really like. I only like Dead Aim when you can use the light gun. Without the light gun, honestly, I think Dead Aim the controls are super awkward. It's really hard to get used to. But yeah, that game with a light gun was just outstanding. The character models were goofy as hell, though, in that game. Restaurant Owner's Diary. I heard an unbelievable story. A small town in America, Raccoon City. This is what I always tell people on my timeline videos, because people are always like, because I put it in Pennsylvania. I got that from the S.D. Perry novels. But even Capcom wasn't clear on where it is. They've never named a state. And now, every time you see Raccoon City now, it's this huge metropolitan city. Back then, it was a small town in America. It was just this little town. So Raccoon City has changed drastically over the years. I think it's a little scarier at being a huge city, though, because just there's that much more people there. Do you know that the demo for Village had different endings to find? The demo had different endings? I mean, I feel like there was, like, I felt it was linear, though. Stark, welcome. Come on. Raccoon City, somewhere in America. It could be a fictional state, who knows? You know, the city's fictional. Why can't there be fictional states? Shit, they have plenty of fictional countries in Resident Evil. Like, the Terra Grigia was like a fictional utopian city. With every remake, Raccoon City gets bigger. What's the first game that made it like a big city? I think... I might be wrong. I think it was Operation Raccoon City. I think that's the first time we saw it as some enormous actual city versus a small town. And then, of course, we've got Resident Evil 2 Remake and the Outbreak games. See, Outbreak had some areas that made it like a big city too, though. It might have been Outbreak. Because, like, it had a zoo, it had all kinds of stuff. Raccoon City, hell, USA. I don't remember this area a lot. God, I played this game so much, though. Like, growing up, it was literally one of those... This game, Mortal Kombat Sub-Zero, and Dino Crisis 2. I think those are the three most played games on the PS1 that I had. I remember I had the CD tower. Man, this was definitely, like, the definition early 2000s. I had a CD tower that had like water in it and like a motor that had like the bubbles like floating up to the surface, and it had like blue neon lighting, and it was a CD case that held all my games. Straight up 2000s right there. It was awesome. But yeah, those three games all the time. I play all the damn time. It's actually kind of hard to die in this game too. Dude, I love this game. This game's awesome. Alright, wait, I had the manager key, right? See, I forget to go sometimes with the paths, but, I mean, luckily, there's not a whole lot of places to go. How did I... Was it... Okay, it was start for the inventory. Oh, why do I have all this? Oh, was it because I loaded my finished file? I think it's because I loaded my completed file. That I have the Magnum and all that stuff. Oh, snap. I mean, it doesn't really matter. Wasn't one of these stronger? I don't even remember if they were like a... Because there's handgun A and handgun C. Oh my god, I hate this. This is back in the day when, like, they had weird buttons. Like, you want to hit circle, but you have to hit square to go back. Small lightweight gun. Yeah, see, I think handgun C was the stronger one. Damn, I forgot I had all this stuff. Cool. At least Dino Crisis 2 is legit. Action, yes, but good. Yeah, and honestly, I prefer that over 1. 1's an awesome game, don't get me wrong. Awesome survival horror, but I like the fast-paced action of 2. I felt that was more in line with something like when you're on an island full of dinosaurs. Like, you're just running around with a machine gun, like, blasting them. I liked it better. Although I want them both remade, and I want them to do the first one before anything. Only need handgun anyways. Yeah, all the other stuff, I save it for the final boss. And just light them up with it. And then when I run out, I go back to the handgun. Noticed a lot of people who aren't really fans of MFK say the movie isn't that good. Meanwhile, fans love it. Yeah, I've seen mixed reactions. I have seen many people, primarily on Twitter, many people bringing up things they were complaining about the movie, you know, and of course they're also expert fans. They bring up things about the movie they didn't like that was different from the games, and when they actually mention said thing, it's exactly like the game. Like, one thing they were talking about, well, see, I don't want to spoil too much, because I know some people haven't seen it yet, but it's been out for a couple of days. Like, the fate of certain characters, right? The fate of certain characters, but they also die in the games. Where do I use this restaurant manager key? Fuck, I forgot what to do here. There's no need to go back. Hold on. There's another door here that I keep walking by. I know it. This game seems soothing compared to other Resident Evil games when you have endless ammo. This game is really relaxing, actually. There's no moment in this game where you're like, oh my god, I'm running out of ammo, I'm gonna die. It's just, alright, zombies, let me just blast them. Boom, 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 that's it. Even the tyrant. The only thing I didn't like about the movie was it had to end. Yeah, I mean, and of course, like, it's not the perfect movie. You know, and in my review, I'm gonna go over the things I'm gonna critique too. As a movie, yeah, there's a lot of things about it that I didn't think worked well. To me, though, as a Mortal Kombat fan, and as a Mortal Kombat movie, I felt they got the characters right. And I think that's the most important thing when it comes to Mortal Kombat, is you get the characters' personalities right. And I think that's where that movie really shines. And of course, again, I'll keep my comments spoiler-free. But I think where the movie struggles a bit is when you critique it as a film. Like, putting the whole Mortal Kombat-ness aside and looking at it as just a movie, that's where it's pretty flawed. But again, it's Mortal Kombat. Like, I got what I wanted out of it. Like, I wanted to see the characters interacting, and I wanted them represented semi-faithfully. You know, there's little things here and there, but overall, their personalities, they're right on point. Oh, damn. Like, it's funny, too, how like, I'm convinced that some people, well, it's not even just convinced, I mean, it's a fact, people do this. A lot of people went into that movie already prepared to hate it. Like, they were already talking shit about it before, when the trailer aired. The second they hear there's an original character, they already were hating on it, and when they watch it, they just confirm all their biases already. Damn, hate those dogs. But, yeah, some people went into that ready to hate it. That's what happens when you make something that has an existing fan base, though. Like, that's inevitable. That's gonna happen. Hey, Denomi, welcome. Have you played this one? I really want to see a good cartoon of MK, kind of like the Batman cartoon. You know what I want? I want them to make, like, 2 or 3 movies, and then I want HBO... Oh, hold on. What did I do last time here? See, I went to the arcade here. What I want to do is go to the hospital this time. Which... Actually, no, that's after the phone call. I haven't had the phone call yet. I don't care what he says. I like this game. Would be better with gun support. Yeah. It would have been far better with gun support. MK movie overall was a solid starting point. If they get a sequel, I think it'd be better with all the lore they have to play with. Oh, yeah, that's what I was going to say. When you get a movie... Oh, shit. Wait a minute. I forgot 2 liquors come here. Hold on. Whipping out that Magnum. But when you get a movie Actually, let me start by saying this. When you have a fighting game, which is the reason I do my timeline series with Mortal Kombat the way I do, when you have a fighting game, the story of the fighting game is the story of each individual character. There's a million characters in Mortal Kombat. When you take that idea and turn it into a 2-hour movie, you're not going to be able to cover everything that's covered in the game. It's just not a possibility. What I would want to see, though, is for them to have like 2 or 3 solid movies, and then after that, just make HBO Max like spin-off series. We've shown with like Disney Plus and stuff that you could take these big movies and do series of those stories. Do that with Mortal Kombat. They can explore literally every character in Mortal Kombat history, and it would be some ongoing thing. I'd be quite alright with that. I'm still scared. You're scared of playing the Resident Evil 8 demo, Denovi? It's not scary at all. I promise you, it's not scary at all.
Vincent.
Who is this? Vincent?
I didn't like what they did with Bihan in this movie. He's supposed to be an anti-hero. Yeah, that is what some people say, but that's actually not right. Like, if you look at the games, he's actually a really horrible person. I mean, think about it.
A murderer.
People call him an anti-hero because he saved the world in mythologies. The only reason he did that is because Raiden, the God of Thunder, was down his throat, pissed off, because he caused that same situation. Or he was the cause of the situation, and he had to undo it. He had no choice. He even said himself that it's not his choice. He's just doing it because he had to. And you got to think about it. Sub-Zero's clan, they're just paid murderers. They're paid murderers and thieves. Sub-Zero's never been really a hero. Beyond Sub-Zero. Kuai Liang, sure. And that's why when he died, he went straight to the Netherrealm, too. Like, he wasn't a good person. You want to spin off for me? Absolutely. Oh, hold on. See, so check this out in this game. You can go to the arcade, which is where I went the first time I streamed it. There's a library, and this is the hospital. So these are all different paths you can take. And last time, yeah, I went to the arcade. Hospital this time. Let's go. Hearing a lot of people don't like the new MK movie. Shocked because I loved it. Yeah, there's mixed feelings. That's when there's a video game movie, there's always going to be mixed reactions like that. As an MK fan since MK1, I loved it. But it was different from the games a bit. But that's what I want.
I won't.
If you're going to make it exactly like the games, don't bother making it.
You're going to pay
because I can just play the games. Vincent run it. So this takes you to Vincent, the hospital one? I don't remember which one's what.
What? Helicopter? No. The cleaners have already arrived.
One thing I want to ask you, is Dark Raiden evil? He's not evil. He's just very angry. He's very angry and willing to kill anybody to protect Earthrealm. He's never been evil. He's just corrupted and dark. But his main priority is protecting Earthrealm at all costs. So he's willing to do terrible things to save Earthrealm. Like, for example, in, I think it's in Armageddon, Dark Raiden, if you beat the game with him, he straight up destroys all the other realms. He just destroys them all. So, no, he's not evil. I hope they reveal in Mortal Kombat 2, they reveal Quan Chi killed Scorpion's family. I don't know if they're going to do that. In this movie, I was pretty convinced it was Bihan. I feel what they can do, though. I feel what they can do is do it to where Quan Chi ordered the killing of the clan. Like, maybe he was posing as the Grand Master of the Lin Kuei. I think that would work. Oh, shit. Wait, I gotta turn around. They're right there. But maybe he could pose as the Grand Master of the Lin Kuei, and, you know, that's why he sent Sub-Zero. I don't think he necessarily has to be Sub-Zero like in the games, you know? Just glad Scorpion got a major role. Scorpion was cool. I would have liked to see more of him. Damn. But more importantly, we need an Ark Thompson movie. If they're bringing Resident Evil to the big screen in November, man. Let's get a Survivor movie. I don't care. Let's do it. I'd watch the hell out of that. If they made a Resident Evil Survivor spinoff with Ark Thompson, day one, man. Day one. See, I barely remember this area. when I was younger playing this game, I always took the arcade because I thought the arcade was cool and it had a Dino Crisis poster, so I'd always go that way. I always thought the hospital area was just kind of boring. How excited are you for Resident Evil 8, even with the leaks? I ignore the leaks. I don't know anything about the leaks. I refuse to even acknowledge them. First of all, the people doing the leaking are shitty people. It kind of ruins it for everybody, but I ignore the leaks, but I'm incredibly excited about it. I feel like people that look at leaks and then judge the game just kind of ruin it for themselves. Instead of just, like, experiencing it yourself and, you know, forming your own opinion, they take, like, specific plot points and then complain about them on a leak. Just play the damn game. Capcom should remake this game, not Resident Evil 4. Oh, man. And Resident Evil 4's in VR, too. This would have been perfect for VR. Damn. Oh, I would have gotten an Oculus for this. For sure. You've obtained the medicine room key. When it comes to me judging a movie, the only thing I ask myself, did I enjoy it? Nothing complicated. Yeah, my hipster movie friend that I've talked about before absolutely hated this movie. Which I knew. I knew he was going to. And then he gave me a paragraph of all the reasons he hated it. And a lot of the reasons had to do with differences from the video games. And like 80% of what he said was exactly like the video game. And I had to school him a little bit on it. And he's like, well, still, I didn't like it. Everyone on the internet's an expert on these storylines. Kind of like how Last of Us 2 leaks and everyone called it bad and all that. Yeah. And, you know, some people played it and genuinely still felt that way. But, yeah, it'd be foolish to think that there wasn't a part of the fan base. And I have no opinion on Last of Us 2. I haven't played it, so I don't care. But there is always going to be a portion of that fan base that doesn't like a plot point from a leak. And they already go in ready to hate the game. Like, they don't have an open mind. It's just, oh, I hate it. And then they play it just to confirm that they hate it. Do you think the new Resident Evil reboot's going to be good, even with all the pics that they've shown so far? That's why I think it's going to be good. Yeah, like, it's going to be way more accurate to the games. I mean, you've got all the game characters in it. Like, shit, we're getting a movie with Richard Aiken in it. Richard Aiken, that got gobbled up by a snake or a shark, depending on what you did. Or poisoned. Yeah, that's why I think it's going to be so good. We're finally going to see, like, Bravo Team characters in there. Which I hope that it's not the kind of thing, and I could see this happening. I hope it's not the kind of thing where, like, Bravo Team is in the movie for, like, a second. Like, Richard just pops up for a little bit, and then they kill him, like, in a flashback. Because, like, I kind of felt that way about Mortal Kombat, too. Like, you had Natara in the movie, and I haven't seen... Because you guys know I've been covering the movie, like, as they produced it. You didn't see any pictures of Natara on set. You didn't see anything about Natara, other than she's going to be in it. She did nothing in the movie. So I was like, okay, I hope that's not what happens with Bravo Team. Like, I want them to be a core part of the movie, but we'll see. I almost got hit. Just want to say your timeline series helped me find games in the series I didn't know existed. Also, the reason I bought them all. See, I like hearing that. I like hearing that because I like introducing people to games they haven't experienced. Because, like, for example, a lot of people complain, like, whoa, why'd you put Resident Evil God in there? It's not canon. It's part of Resident Evil history. So, of course, I put it in there. And it should be experienced. Like, those unknown side games, like, I don't want those kind of games, like, lost to history, you know? I want them celebrated. They're part of the series, whether... I don't know whether some producer says it happened or not. It happened. I played it. So it exists. First two Resident Evils with Mila Jovovich were also pretty good. Yeah, I thought, I mean, overall, the Mila Jovovich movies, I'm not going to say I'm a fan of them. I enjoyed them for what they were. Just straight up, like, dumb action flicks. Kind of like Transformers. Just like dumb action flicks. You're not there for any kind of serious storytelling. But the first two, I think, were genuinely decent attempts at trying to adapt the video game. Especially for the time. For the time when we were so used to getting, like, these absolutely terrible, terrible video game movies. But after that, it just went off the rails. After the second movie, starting with the third one, off the rails. Completely made up, just everything. And yeah, I like when video game movies are different than the source material, but damn, not that different. Like, there was, like, all these characters are just randomly popping up out of nowhere, like Leon and Barry. It's like, what the hell are you guys doing together there? Like, what? No. It was just, and also they were just there as, like, side pieces. They were just there as side characters that they pop up, and then a movie later, they died between movies, and it's like, ugh. You've taken, like, main characters in the series, and that's what you do. Why would Capcom remake mainline games but fail to remake Veronica? Well, alright. So, the reason is money. Because what did we get a remake of? Resident Evil 2, which, that is the most popular Resident Evil game of all time, is Resident Evil 2. Resident Evil 3, close second. So, those are 2 remakes. And then Resident Evil 4, some would say Resident Evil 4 is the most popular. I say 2 or 3, because those are more classic, but... Resident Evil 4, doesn't matter what they do with Resident Evil 4. Resident Evil 4 prints money, and Capcom knows it. So, all the ports we've gotten, all the HD remasters we've gotten, now we're getting a VR version. Like, that's why. It's because Resident Evil 4 sells ridiculously, no matter what. So, that's why they're doing that before Code Veronica. Rest assured they'll do Code Veronica eventually. But they're going to want those Resident Evil 4 bucks first. That's always going to be first. Yeah, Resident Evil 4 prints money. Quite literally prints money. Literally every Resident Evil fan's going to buy Resident Evil 4 Remake when that comes out. It's going to happen. Cole Young was a god-awful character. He had personality, plank of wood. Yeah, see, that's the thing. Like, that is one complaint I have about the movie as far as, like, from a critique point of view. I didn't really care about Cole's character, though I understood why he's in the movie. His character is basically the audience. He's the character that goes in, isn't familiar with anything, and the story flows through him. So I get it from a movie standpoint. Could have done it with an existing character, but like a lot of people were just ready to hate the movie because Johnny Cage, you know, wasn't one of the characters, right? Like that was all you ever heard. Like Johnny Cage is in it, but if you watch the movie, and again, I'll explain this in my review. After watching the movie, I understand why he wasn't in this one. It makes sense for this one, which I'll explain all that. It's a little spoilery, so I'll keep it to myself for now. I don't know why people hate on Code Veronica so much. Yeah, I hear that a lot, that people hate on it, but every time I talk about it, I tend to have people like agree that it's a good game. I mean, Code Veronica is outstanding. I love that game. That's one of my favorites. Said this a lot already, but I adore Kano. It's Kano, man. Kano is the character that you're going to sit there, if he's done right, you're going to sit there throughout the entire experience laughing at what he says while simultaneously thinking he's a complete asshole. And that's Kano. This is, I can't even read that. Oh, this is an intercom to call nurses. Well, there's no nurses that are going to be coming here. They've all been destroyed. Thought he was okay. I believe Johnny will be, though. Yeah, I mean, you got to keep in mind. Play Mortal Kombat Armageddon, and then you get an idea of how many characters are in the movie. Or in the series. I mean, they can't put everyone in the first one. And, I mean, they're going to move on. The movie's doing really well. So they're going to make the, 4 sequels that they had an outline for already? It'll happen. Mortal Kombat also sells. Damn, get off me. I've gotten hit like twice. I haven't needed to heal yet. I wonder if I can go through this whole game without healing. Last time it was no death run, unintentionally. I wasn't trying to. Damn, this hospital section stretches for a little bit. I don't remember it being this long. Let me mix my plants here. All right, we've got a green herb. We are going to combine that with a red herb, like so. We are now a chemist. Or wait, that wouldn't be a chemist, right? If you're mixing herbs. Well, what would you be? A botanist, I guess? I guess a botanist. You think the character that played Kano did better than the original? I thought they were both good for the movie they were in. Because, I mean, one thing, this movie is very different from the original. So, and the characters are going to be a little bit different, too. Because you got to think, back then, they were kind of making up these characters' personality as they went along. Now, we've had tons of games that have more than established what these characters are like. So, yeah, I think Kano is represented well in both versions. For the first movie, they completely made it up. Kano's got his personality because of the first movie. Keep that in mind. It was because of that movie. That movie invented Kano, basically. That's why I think the first Mortal Kombat movie is so iconic, because it had a ton of influence in the game lore, like Kitana and Liu Kang being together. That sure as hell was not in Mortal Kombat 1 or 2, ever. That was a creation of the movie. Johnny Cage and Sonya being together, creation of the movie. The movie had a lot of influence. What is that? If you click anything at all, it disappears real quick. This appears to be a patient's x-ray photo. Is Ark still alive? Well, there's been no indication that he died. So who knows? Did he get hit by a car or have a heart attack at some point? I don't know. But has he died in any Resident Evil video game? No. Not at all. Where did he come from? Oh, damn. Hold on, we gotta run down the hallway. Fucker came out of nowhere. Oh, here it goes. Mr. X. Diet Mr. X, by the way. Because these are way weaker. Look at this. Look how much easier he is than Resident Evil 2 Remake. Here we go. Nope. I can't believe my health is still fine. He's hit me a couple times already. You guys see what I mean? Like, Ark Thompson is the most powerful weapon in Resident Evil. Ark Thompson himself. Would you ever stream Spider-Man PS1? Ooh, yeah, I love that game. I would probably stream the Dreamcast version. Because I had the Dreamcast version and I loved it. Alright. When's the next intersection? Next one is after the prison. Oh, that's where I gotta avoid going to the nightclub. Can I not open this? Guess not. See, that's why I never remembered to go in the hospital. Let me look at the map. Because I got that manhole, the thing to raise the lid. Does this game support a light gun? No. Oh, I had to hit the exact door. It doesn't support a light gun. It was originally planned to have one, but it didn't get implemented in the final release. Poisoned! Hold on. I'm too slow. I keep wanting to press triangle to get the menu. Alright, I'm on caution. Yeah, I'll use green herb, why not? Alright, we're gonna whip out a shotgun. Got a lot of people on my ass right now. I can't even see the spider. Because you can't look down. You can't look down at all. You know what? I'm just gonna leave. You can't look down. All you can do is scroll to your crossbow, or not the crosshair, to the bottom of the screen as far as it can go. But you can't actually look down. It won't let you. Alright, let's get the handgun again. Damn. They hurt me. Okay, I got my manhole opener. Obligatory sewer section. Do 2 streams of Spider-Man, one in normal and the other in what if mode? What's what if mode? I don't remember that. I remember the game had a lot of different modes, too. You excited for the Switch release of Skyward Sword? Yeah. Incredibly excited because I could play it without motion controls. I like the story in that game a lot, and the motion controls absolutely ruined it for me. Most of the time, I was just fighting with the controls. I'm on the last episode of Wolfenstein New Order, and it's so hard. Oh, yeah, that one was. Aren't you, like, up on top of, like their base, and there's a bunch of robots? I remember I had a hard time with it. I just don't remember exactly what it was. You've obtained Janitor Andy's diary. The sewer caretaker. I've never seen him, but I heard that one called Vincent has become the city's supreme commander. Officially, he is an elite sent by Umbrella headquarters. In truth, he is such a fiend that he would not hesitate to kill his friend if it would promote him. Well, since I live here in this dark sewer, it doesn't mean anything to me. Why does he live in the sewer? Like, if you... You'd think, like, this is Sheena Island. Like, there's a whole city there. You'd think they'd have people that work maintenance that would take care of this, but instead they just have, like, an old man caretaker, and he lives in the sewer. I feel that's uncalled for. September 20th. I heard a disgusting rumor. The new Commander Vincent orders the facility personnel to do savage experiments every day on kids brought in from all over the world. I don't even know why those kids were brought to the city, but it sure is disturbing. While I don't want to get involved, so long as it doesn't affect me. Yeah, it's a messed up story with the kids. October 10th. It seems some terrible accident happened above ground last night. I don't know any more details, but I heard that Commander Vincent has done something cruel. November 9th. Today at last, Commander Vincent came down here for an inspection. We made small talk, but I could see nothing but cruelty in him. When I took a picture of him as a souvenir, he became very angry. He is such a jerk. That's Andy's diary. Are you going to stream God of War series? I have been. I've been doing them chronologically. I've done Ascension and Chains of Olympus. Next will be God of War 1. Which ending are you trying to get? I think this is going to be the Goldman one. The Vincent one. The joys of being an Umbrella employee, yeah.
This is me. I am Vincent. It was all my fault.
That voice acting.
Who are you?
Wait,
I am Vincent.
please don't kill me. I didn't know anything about you then.
Stop.
I love those square hands, too. Those GoldenEye hands, how everything was like this. Like, they didn't have individual fingers. It's just like, all the fingers are glued together. The magic of early 3D era. What if mode has some funny bits added in a level, some dialogue has changed? One example is Mysterio has a fish in his helmet. I don't remember that at all. I'll have to check that out. Serious question, is Ark a real name? I think anything's a real name. If you think about it, someone's got the name somewhere. Any name you can think of, probably. Screw you. Run away from the liquors. I think it was the devs themselves that did the acting. They did that a lot back then. Which is why a lot of voice acting is shit in some earlier games instead of hiring actual actors. Paradise. Anything that says Paradise and looks nefarious like that, and there's Umbrella logos somewhere inside, like, you know damn well it's not Paradise. It's probably a terrible idea. Gasp of surprise. That cannot be. Oh, I think this is the prison. Asshole. Oh yeah, I gotta make some space here. Here. Okay. That's the end of those. I should probably heal. I'm gonna heal. I don't want it to end up making a mistake later and get killed by a Goomba. Finally got my first Xbox. Any suggestions for games? What'd you get, the Series X or the Xbox One? People with Jack probably suggest some games. Because there's a lot of good games, but if you're just looking for exclusives, I mean, if you're talking about Xbox, I'm going to tell you to get the entire Halo series, get the entire Gears of War series as well. But you got to be in the shooters, of course. Get Halo, get Gears of War. I think everything else is pretty much third party. I'm trying to think of other exclusives. Ori and the Ori games. The 2 Ori games are really good. Although I don't think those are exclusive anymore. Cuphead's good. Not exclusive anymore either. Yeah, there's a lot of good games on Xbox One. There's one game. It was a launch title, Rise, Son of Rome. Just think of like Call of Duty action in ancient Rome. It's cool. It's really short, but it was a cool game. Dead Rising 4. That's another one. Killer Instinct. Killer Instinct, if you like fighting games, that one's a must-have, I think. I need to play the Ori games at some point. They're so good. I never finished the first one, but like I played when it came out. I spent days just doing nothing but playing it, and then it went in my backlog. But it's like a really cool. It reminds me of like The Secret of NIMH, but like Metroidvania. "99 Nights" on 360 was good. Oh, I remember that game. Yeah, it's like a Dynasty Warriors kind of game, right? And it had like a, I don't know, some anime girl with angel wings on the cover. Most of it are Microsoft exclusive on Xbox. Yeah. I mean, if you don't care about PC games, it doesn't matter, though. Started playing Force Unleashed 2 yesterday. It's impressive how much they improved the gameplay, even the story sucks. Oh, even though the story sucks? Yeah, the gameplay I thought was improved. But I feel the same way about the story. The story was... I thought that was that game's weak point. I did a video reacting to the amazing Luke's review of Godzilla vs. Kong, which boils down the movie. Stinks because it didn't go the way he wanted to get 1,000 views. I won't go too much into it because I don't want to throw anyone else under the bus, but that's yeah. I talked to him personally and at E3, and that's one of those channels that doesn't necessarily what's the word I'm trying to use? Doesn't necessarily believe everything he says in the videos. Just kind of those channels that more state opinions that will get the most views. It is what it is. That's what it is. But that's all I'll say on it. I got nothing against the guy, but it's I'm not a fan of those kind of channels. But that's what it is. Why doesn't Xbox have VR? I don't know. Microsoft says it's not really a priority for them. I think they should have VR. I would love to play Halo in VR. I want to make sure I don't miss... Okay, it's after the shower section. That's where I make another choice. But yeah, Godzilla vs. Kong was great. I disagree. It actually went about as pretty much exactly what I thought was going to happen in the movie. Is what happened. Naked zombies. Because they're embarrassed about the failure of Kinect. Kinect sucked ass, man. Like, I have... It's funny because I have the original Kinect when it came out, because I thought, at the time, it was like, oh, cool, new technology. We're going to get some awesome games. Didn't happen. And when it works, it doesn't even work that well, honestly. Everything's so delayed as far as your movements, which they fixed with Kinect 2. However, there's not really any Kinect 2 games. You guys remember the Xbox One? If you got it at launch, it came with the Kinect 2. I had mine that same week. I put it up on eBay and I sold it for like $100. Like, people were buying. I don't know why people were buying it. I don't know why people wanted it, but I didn't want it. I opened my Xbox, plugged it in, saw that Kinect was useless, so I just sold that piece on eBay because I wasn't going to use it. And then I just, that's it, sent it off. Star Wars Kinect, yeah. It's See, Kinect would be a lot better if the technology had been there. Like, if the technology actually worked well, and it doesn't. You have to be, like, at the perfect distance, and if you're, like, 6 inches too close or 6 inches too far, it messes up the whole sensor. It can't read shit that you're doing. It's pretty terrible. Most people bought it at that point for a cheap version of full body tracking for VR. Oh, I guess that makes sense. Yeah, because it wouldn't make sense to buy it for your Xbox. Because most of them were coming with it, but like I said, they serve no purpose on Xbox. Yeah, here we have to take the stairs underground. And there is a... I put a save state here just in case I take the wrong path accidentally. But yeah, I have to go to the underground stairs. Yeah, I've become a chosen hero on Patreon. Appreciate that, Jack. Thank you. Definitely helps out. Let me, hang on. Let me give you your wrench. For your patronage. Where is my chat window? Oh, you know what? Hold on. Clicking the wrong damn thing. I'll verify it after, but I believe you. There. You now have the power of the gods. Wield it responsibly. Oh, there's the stair. I almost missed that. See, if you go this way, I think that takes you to nightclub. You can barely see that. This is where I have to go. Okay, so this takes me to the other path. I think I'll be more interested in VR when it becomes wireless. Yeah, honestly, that's one reason I barely ever play my PlayStation VR. Because the whole setup is annoying. Especially if I want to do, like, video capture. If I want to stream or record from it, that's a whole nother step. But you've got your little processor unit that you have to unplug the PlayStation to connect it to. And then that connects to your TV. And then there's another wire that goes to the headset. It's such a pain in the ass. It's so convoluted to connect every time I want to play it. I would leave it connect, but here's the problem. I like playing things in 4K because I have a 4K TV. In HDR and all that. The PS4 VR unit won't pass through won't pass through 4K. It just won't do it. It won't pass through 4K and HDR. It's just the technology is just not there for it. PS5 VR is going to be a lot better. It's supposed to be a lot better. Moth! Handgun it! Destroy it! So easy compared to the other games. It's not even really doing anything. This is the only part of the game that the giant moth is in. Well, it's more in this game than it is in the Resident Evil 2 remake. I don't know why they dropped all, like, the bug characters for the most part. Look at that. That's disgusting. Someone that uses VR on PC, I have to remember that you're all talking about VR for console. Yeah, VR on PC is way better. From someone that prefers console gaming, I mean, yeah, I'd be lying if it weren't. VR on PC is miles better. Everything looks good. It's all wireless. Consoles are still struggling with VR. Which I don't know why. Like, PS5, for example, has more than enough power to handle, like, good VR. But it's matter of time. It's so easy to aim at these enemies, too. It's hard to miss shots a lot because they just run at you in the middle of the screen. So every time, like, look at this. See, I'm, like, aiming over here, but if I just let go and just press R1, I'm back in the middle of the screen. So all you ever have to do is, like, shoot in the middle of the screen. That's it right there. I don't even have to aim. Because as the camera turns, the crosshair stays in the middle and so does the enemy. See, right? I'm not moving the D-pad at all. I'm just shooting. Fuck out of here. Oh, he's gonna hurt me. Stay away. Oh, I shot him in the ass. He got ass shots. That's what killed him. My wife loves playing Beat Saber, though. Beat Saber's fun. I've my buddy Josh over at It's Your Player 2. Over at Your Player 2, he was playing Beat Saber like every morning before work, and it was like a workout for him. I was like, damn, see, Beat Saber's really cool though. That is a very fun game. Have you played one of the 2 Walking Dead VR games? I need to get back into those. I beat 1 and 2. There's 3, right? Or was there a 4th one? Not counting Michonne. I'm talking about the actual, just the plain Walking Dead season 1, 2. There were 4, right? It's the last one I haven't finished. I started it and I never finished it. All right, let's combine some goodies here. Combine this, and we're gonna combine this. The blue herb I'll leave as is. Damn, I don't have that many herbs. Did you play any VR games on PS5? Yeah, I was playing Squadrons in VR. None of the games in VR look really good on PS4 or 5. Because they weren't programmed to. I mean, it like cuts the frame rate in half right away. Even Resident Evil 7, as good as that game is in VR, graphically, it looks way better in non-VR. Alright, we are going to use... Shit. Alright, let's use the shotgun on this dude. Maybe I could run away. Oh my god. I literally just like turned around and ran past them. They didn't even try to hit me. You'd think they'd at least try. And thank you to the 73 of you in here. Nice busy little Resident Evil Monday. Playing a game of questionable quality. I can imagine playing Dragon Force through the fire, through the flames on Beat Saber. Your arms would just go flying off to the sides. Like you would have no arms left. They would just go flying into the walls. Make Jedi Starfighter in VR. You know what? That would actually be awesome. How about Jedi Starfighter in VR and have like some kind of like a flight stick? Like what happened to flight sticks in games? We don't have those anymore. And come to think of it, I can't think of a lot of games, like new games, that would take advantage of a flight stick. But I remember on Xbox 360, you had Tom Clancy's Hawks, and there was a 360 flight stick that you could use for it. I think flight sticks are so cool in those games because it makes you feel like you're actually flying something. I was always a big fan of game accessories that made sense with the game. Like, for like, what was it, Gran Turismo 5, I think it was on PS3. I remember I got, like, the Logitech steering wheel that clips on a table and has the pedals. It's so cool playing games like that. I want to see more of that. Not these stupid gimmicks that they had on the Wii where you play, like, a golf game and then you could use the Wii remote, but they would sell, like, golf accessories where it's just a plastic golf stick and you stick the Wii remote in there. That's stupid. I'm talking about, like, actual accessories. Like a full-blown, like, separate steering wheel, a light gun, a flight stick. We need all that back. They're working on several Resident Evil games. They always are. That will never not be the case. That will never not be the case. See, after this, we only have one part where you make a choice.
Die, Vincent!
That's Andy. Oh, wait, hold on. Is this the alligator? I think it might be the alligator. I got my handgun. Yeah, it was the alligator. Well, we can't one-shot it like Leon. Let's see what happens with the handgun. I'll keep using the handgun. You know what? All right. Can I go around? I can't go around. I saved right before though, just in case, because I was gonna whip out the handgun. Let me use something else though. I'll use a different weapon. Let's call that the experiment. All right, I'll whip out the shotgun. Why not? See, they upped the stakes. Ark Thompson has to fight off 2 giant alligators, where Leon only had 1. Resident Evil Survivor developers. So what if we had player fight 2 alligators? Yeah, exactly. This is a lot more than Leon had to deal with. Leon, all he had to do was just wait for the gator to grab it, the explosive tank, and then shoot it, and that's it. He was done. I'm gonna stand here and just not move. Oh, that's not a good idea. Never mind. You getting Mario Golf on the Switch? Eventually. Those like Mario sports games, I always wait till later. I don't get them on release. There's so many other games coming out that I want to play. Did I kill the first alligator? Doing it's just like wobbling. You see him, he's just like wobbling there. Alright, let's go back to the handgun. I want to save my grenade. Okay, now I can go past him. And now we'll choose the handgun. Let's see if he catches up to me. He might get to me. Gotta make sure it's dead. Gotta make sure it's dead. Oh, that was intense. 2 alligators. 2. That's how powerful this man is. Ghost Cats, what's up, man? Hey, this gator's teeth are clipping through his face. Is that bad? Not just leave it, yeah.
So this
Those
is where
amazing
the
next-gen
city is
graphics
controlled from.
PS3 saved. I'm gonna get House of Dead 3 and 4. Oh yeah, definitely get. Do you have the Move controller? If you don't have it, I recommend getting the Move controller.
What's happening
and
to me?
get the Killzone gun. It's badass playing it that way. That's how I streamed it. Ostrich beer. See, normally, well, the other path you comes out of this place. You come out of Heaven's Night, which is the nightclub. That path's a lot easier because you just fight Mr. X instead of 2 alligators. Even though really nothing's really hard in this game. You said the 2 alligators, really a handgun will take them out. Greetings from Portugal. Welcome. Went down a lot quicker with the handgun. Isn't that insane? That the alligator went down quicker with the handgun than a fully loaded shotgun. That's Resident Evil Survivor logic, though. That's what you get with this game. You literally don't need anything but the handgun and some health items in this game. You're good. Asshole. Ghosts of Goblins Resurrection comes out Xbox, PS4 next month. Yeah, I'm gonna get it. I'll get it on my PS5. It's just I knew they were gonna do it. I have to play through it again anyway because I have to go through and collect all the shit they want me to get, all those stupid little flies, so I can get the true ending. So I'll just play it again on that console instead. This game looks rough. This game is rough. This is Resident Evil Survivor. It's infamous for being terrible, but I love it. It's a terrible, awesome game. Fuck off me, man. See, in that part right there, like, I'm not even moving. The camera just shifts to the zombie that's biting you, and all you have to do is press R1 to light up, get your crosshair in the middle, and just mash X over and over until it's dead. Most of this game, you spend your time holding R1 and just mashing X. Let me... Alright, wait, I got a red herb, didn't I? Yeah, let's do this. Let's do... Thought I got one, yeah. Green herb with red herb. Xenoblade, or Virtual Cop and Time Crisis were my go-to rail shooter games back then. I think, man, there's so much potential for those games to come back, like with VR and like even the Switch gyros and everything. I want just a massive collection with like every light gun game ever made across all companies. Seriously, there's so many good, like Carnival. Why can't I play Carnival on a console? I want to play Carnival, Area 51, Site 4. Like, bring all those back to modern consoles with trophies. I would play those all day long, and I want 100% every single one of them. We're an hour in, yeah, and we're past the halfway point of this game. So this game's not at all long. If I wanted to, I could stream the other path too today, but I'll save it for Halloween time for the next one, because it'll just be the same game over again with some different, a little bit different environment, you know. When my mom found out you needed to mix herbs to heal, she took Resident Evil 1 from me for a while. Well, I guess she wanted you in the danger zone the whole time then. Gotta heal, man. God, the graphics already are off, but look at the cutscenes.
Can you hear me?
The resolution goes down even more.
What are you doing? Answer me!
I feel like the bottom of his jeans, he looks like he's wearing bell bottoms, but I think that's just the graphics. Like the bottom of his legs are thicker. What's your favorite Tekken game? You know what my favorite is? Between 3 and 4. I like both of them. 4 was... I'm so nostalgic over 4 because like I played it on my PS2 so much. And I didn't get into Tekken until Tekken 3. I didn't care about Tekken 1 and 2. I played those later. Zach, THM, thank you for the super chat. Much appreciated. Enjoy this Jill sandwich to get to the stream. Nice. I need to go buy a Jill sandwich. I mean, Jill sandwiches and berry burgers. Leave me alone, Mr. X. I was gonna say, like, since these tyrants have the T-virus in them, technically, they should have called them Mr. T's. But that would probably be copyright infringement. And yes, I did say that in my first stream as well. But you can't not think it. Mr. T. It's completely broken. Voice acting is as good as House of the Dead 2. I wonder what's gonna happen with... Oh, shit. I'm leaving. I wonder what's gonna happen with House of the Dead 2, because that Switch game, there was a House of the Dead, or it's a House of the Dead remake. Hold on, let me. I need to whip out my shotgun. Or actually, but on the Switch we're getting that House of the Dead remake. But originally the developers, they announced that years ago. By the way, that was just super delayed. But originally the idea was it was going to be a port of House of Dead 1 and 2. So I'm wondering if they decided to just not do House of the Dead 2 or they're doing it later. I don't know. But if they also do a House of the Dead 2 remake, shit, I'm down. I'm 100% down for that. Although I do kind of wish that the games, instead of being full remakes, it also included the arcade ports, like as unlockable. Because I kind of want to play the games as they were originally. But I don't know. Apparently for the first game, it's never been ported properly because the source code was lost a long time ago. Forgot to get that. You planning on streaming Stubbs the Zombie soon? I mean, maybe one day, but not anytime soon. I haven't even downloaded it. I never even played the original. I just know it's supposed to be a really good game. I got a friend that loves that game, but I do want to get it eventually. Where's Lott? I could kill these lickers, but it's just so easy to run away from them. That's not even worth, like, wasting time shooting them. Hard to believe Xbox released Halo Collector's Edition only a year after this game's release. Wait, Halo Collector's Edition was a year... It was a year after this? I feel like those two were way farther apart. Because Halo... No, that can't be.
What?
Because Halo Collector's
Vincent?
Edition... Oh, Combat
Your
Evolved.
mother.
You know what I was thinking of?
My
I was
mother.
thinking the Anniversary Edition on Xbox 360.
Vincent,
That's why I was
please.
confused. No, you're right, you're right.
Listen to your mother.
I was thinking
I want
the
you to
remaster.
leave Umbrella. I want you to stop performing those terrible crimes and just come
His elderly
back
mother.
home.
Stop doing those terrible experiments with Umbrella.
Stop it! Let me go!
Shh! Don't be afraid. I'm not going to hurt you. What is the tape you're listening to?
Resident Evil Cheese.
I don't know. I was only listening to it because I'm so bored. My brother told me to wait here. Oh! Let me go!
Your brother?
Leave
Being
her
so
alone.
dramatic.
Lily, run, go!
Lott!
Better watch your ass, Lott. I got unlimited ammo.
Put that down. I
He's have a
won't
baseball
harm you.
bat. I'll
I
light you up.
promise.
Liar. You'll
Classic
kill me
old
if I
lady's
try.
voice. Yeah, well, she's got the wobbly voice and everything.
Now stay back! Don't come any closer!
I know you think that I'm a murderer, but you're wrong. I would never do anything like that.
You know, I gotta say, the voice acting for Lott, the little kid there, it's actually not bad. I think he's the one voice actor in the game that the voice, the whatever's coming out of his mouth is not, you know, complete garbage. Lillian Lott Klein in that rainbow bat could only have come out of the 90s, yeah. It's like a Smash Brothers bat or something that like something out like Kirby's Dream Land or something. When do you think we'll see Natalia Wesker again? Oh, Natalia Wesker. I don't know. I don't think we are. I think it's being one of those storylines that Capcom just forgets about. I don't know what they're gonna do with. Like, what is she gonna grow up and then like Alex Wesker's gonna take over her mind? I don't know. I just think they're gonna leave it open to interpretation. Are these real people doing the voice? Yeah, they're real people. They're not robots. But yeah, it's probably just the dev team. They probably didn't have any actual voice actors they hired, just the dev team like reading lines. That's what they would do in Mortal Kombat. Like whenever you saw like mythologies, like Sub-Zero, like it was the guy that plays Kano, changing his costume as Quan Chi and Shang Tsung. They were just all like fucking around, like wearing costumes. I love that though. It's so cool. Here we go again. He's Ark Thompson, the Tyrant Slayer. And you guys thought it was impressive that Leon in Damnation was about to fight a tyrant with a knife only? Look at the amount of tyrants that Ark Thompson slayed with just his handgun and his whips. Leon has no chance. He's got nothing on Ark. That smirk at the end of Revelations 2 leaves that door open for Revelations 3, where Piers comes back as the main boss. Leave Piers alone. Piers is dead. People are hoping he's coming back, but you gotta remember, these games take place in a linear timeline. Years have passed, and Piers still hasn't come back. He's gone. It'd be interesting if Natalia reappeared in future games. Yeah, I just don't think she's going to. But it'd be interesting because she's like living with Barry and his family now. This game was meant to be played in one sitting, which is why there really isn't any save feature. Yeah, you know what? If you die, does it restart from the beginning? Because, yeah, you're right, there is no save feature. What happens if you die in this? You know, I'm going to save and let them kill me. I'm curious now. Does it take you back to the beginning? Yeah, I forgot this didn't have any kind of save feature or anything. Can Ark Thompson suplex Mr. T? I mean, he's got unlimited handgun ammo. He can shoot him. Here, look, I'm gonna let them kill me. If you die, you start from the beginning. I remember this because I had a roommate in junior college who had this game. Damn. See, they didn't have passwords or anything. Like, I feel like that was all just rush development. Well, you know what? Screw it. Let me forget it. I was gonna test it, but if that's what happens, then whatever. We know now. That sucks. Because, like, it's in these games, you can easily get stuck and, like, make a stupid mistake and get stuck in a corner and get killed by things. You have several continues. If you use them all, it saves the guns you've acquired and starts you to begin. Oh, you know what? I remember that. I remember that because you just said that about the guns, that it saves them. So you could, like, build up your little collection of weapons. That's bullshit that they made these dogs, like, run side to side like that, zigzagging, in a game where the aiming sucks ass. And you can't look up or down, see? I don't even know where... Look, where is he? I don't even see him on screen. You just have to, like, keep your crosshair in the middle and hope the dog jumps into the middle of the screen. Are you playing on emulator? Yeah, this is EPSXE. It's PS1 emulator. That's why it looks so good. As good as it can, at least. Game over screen is Ark's hand squeezing his handgun and the lives are represented by bullets. But see, it's hard to die in this game though. Like, what, I died fighting the alligator, and that's like a super boss. And then the last time I played, I didn't even die at all. But I'm not even like trying that hard. Like, it's not a difficult game. This is one of those games that, like you said, Rogue Dragon, it really was meant to be played in one sitting. That girl is graphically underwater. She was running underwater. I saw it. Especially if you take this game's difficulty compared to the original, like, Resident Evil games. Ooh, that's night and day right there. Have you played Haunting Ground? No, I haven't, actually. I want to play that. You know, does it play like Resident Evil? Because that might make a good Halloween time game to play. I've never played that game, but I've heard it's really good. And when I was younger, I used to see it at Blockbuster all the time. I don't know why I never rented it. This game looked good also, played on a PS2 back then, way better than PS1. Yeah, well, the cool thing about the PS2 also is that you can get they sold the component cables. So, instead of the composite ones, so you could technically play it better. I mean, the way they advertised it back then is like regular definition versus like 8K. It's really not, but it does look a little bit better once you have progressive scan. This is a true GamerThumbTV game. It is. I will always praise this game. Always. I haven't played it either, but it looks fun, and I want to know if it runs well on an emulator. Well, yeah, we'll find out, because I've never tried it. I haven't tried it on the emulator on PCSX2. That emulator works great for most games, though, so it probably does work just fine. And I know with Capcom games, a lot of the issues, when you run into games on emulators, in general with emulation, especially with PS2 emulation, when you run into games that have trouble running, what you'll find is that a lot of the games from that specific developer will have issues too. Like, one big one that has issues running are Star Wars games. LucasArts games, like in the 3D era, a lot of those have trouble running properly, or did back then, because of the engine that LucasArts used on a lot of those games, like Factor 5 and Rogue Squadron and all that. You'll see that a lot with those kind of games. Activision also is another one that there's a lot of games that they don't run too well. Like a lot of the early, like,
Don't be afraid.
what am I thinking of?
I won't hurt you.
I
Where's
can't think
your
of one off the top of my
brother,
head.
Lott?
But there's a couple Activision games in there. Like a couple of the James
Please,
Bond ones.
you have
They took
to
forever
save
to
my
get those up and
brother.
running.
He said he's going to the factory by the
But Capcom
ropeway.
games, usually, I don't have problems running them on emulators.
Factory?
Do you like the original Resident Evil to get the remake treatment like 2 and 3?
Told
Yeah,
me
that's what I've
that
been
he
wanting
could find a way
since
to
Resident Evil 2
escape
Remake.
from this
I want
place
it to be
inside the
combined with
factory.
Resident Evil 0, though.
But there are tons
Make
and
it one
tons
game.
of scary monsters there. I know that if he goes there, he's going to be killed.
What?
What? Yeah, it seems emulators the way to go for games that are out of print and overpriced. I completely agree with
We've
that. Aside from
already
that, they
lost
just look
Mom
better on
and Dad.
emulators, you know?
You've got to help my
But, like, am I going to
brother.
spend, like, over $100
Please.
buying Mega Man X3 on Super Nintendo?
I
Hell no.
promise. Don't cry anymore.
Plus, they got the
Lily.
collection. I'll just get the collections. I'm not a purist. I'm not one that I have to have the original card, original hardware.
I may have been
I just
a
want it to
bad
look as good as
person,
possible.
but that was before.
And that's not going to be
That's
on
not
original
who
hardware.
I am now. I will save these 2 kids. I swear it.
I will save these
Lily,
2 kids.
you hide here. I'll go find your brother and then come back for you.
When does the PS5 re-release of Terminator Resistance come out? I would have had it already, but they sent me a Europe code, and I can't download it because they're based in the UK. I need a US code, so I'm waiting for them to fix it. But it comes out April 30th. That's the release date. So we're going to be streaming that on Friday. Oh, look at this right here. Street Fighter. There's Cammy. Goodbye, Killer Bee. No bullet holes. Not necessarily third person, but graphically like 2 and 3, but maybe first person. I want it to be third. I want them to stick. If you're gonna do first person Resident Evil, keep doing that with the Ethan games. If it's the remakes of the originals, I'd rather them stick with that traditional third person camera. I think those specifically work best that way. I had a copy of Burning Rangers for Saturn as a kid. It's now stupid expensive on eBay and sold it for like $8 when I was like 12. See, but that was the thing back then. Like, those games didn't have any value back then. They were just old games we weren't going to play anymore. There was no retro gamers. There was no retro gaming market. That's a new thing. And I've told this story before, and I regret it now, but like early 2000s when you're a teenager with no job and you want the newest PlayStation 2, like, what are you going to do? You're going to sell your Nintendo games, your Sega, your Super Nintendo. I traded all that into the flea market, and I got enough credit for a brand new PS2 with, like, a sack full of games. So, of course, I did it. Now, I would never do something like that. But, you know, when you're a kid in that era, you didn't have that nostalgia. You didn't have that same appreciation for the old games, like you do now. Like, you know, you fondly remember like holding that PlayStation Jewel case and opening the disc and smelling the manual. You didn't care about any of that back then. They were just old games that you had in your drawers and your shelf, and you were never going to play again. You want the new stuff. But yeah, I feel like, I don't know, like, I don't think, to me, like, I know retro collecting's huge, but like, to me, that wouldn't even be fun. I would feel like I'm just burning money. Because all these games that I used to have that I bought retail for like $30, now you have to pay like triple, quadruple the price to get in semi-good condition. That's ridiculous. I'm not doing it. So to me, it's just burning money. And at least we have emulation and ways you can play them still. And you know, the fact that even if like you're emulating these games, not paying for them, none of that money is going to developers anymore. They've way past moved on. If this game came out on PS5 right now, like as a downloadable title exactly like this, I would gladly pay for it and play it again. But I'm not going to go out to a store and go crazy looking for some overpriced shit like that, you know? Smelling the manual. You know you did it too. Everyone smelled those manuals. And I remember my 007 Tomorrow Never Dies game on PS1 was ruined. Because I bought it used at a flea market, and of course sniffed the manual, and I guess whoever the previous owner was, it came from like a home where they smoke. The manual reeked of cigarette smoke. Like, it was embedded in the paper, and I could never get it out. I was a kid, obviously. I didn't know any better. So what I did, I fucked up the game so bad. What I did is I took the manual and I had like some cologne and I like sprayed it on the manual just to even get rid of it. All it did was combine with the cigarette smell and turn into some kind of like cigarette like cologne smell. And it was inside my game case. Never smelled right again. I fucked that game up so bad. But yeah, that's what it was back then, man. That new manual smell, it's so good. It's such a good smell. When you like go to like Target or Walmart and just like you bought a $20 greatest hits PS1 game and open the wrapping and just smelled those discs and just smelled that new manual smell, you're like yeah, there's no smell like it. I guess it's like a new car smell. You had that new game smell back then. Unless you bought them used, then you run the risk of what happened to me with Tomorrow Never Dies. Damn you. Fuck off me. Oh, wait, hold on. This is going to be our last choice. After the cable car... Oh, it's after the Tyrant fight. Last time I went to the mountains. We're going to take the Hillside this time. If there's an old game I'm interested in, I keep my eye out for it as used game store, thrift, or flea market. Yeah, see, for me, like, if there's an old game I want to play, the first thing I'll do is see if it's downloadable on any digital services. That's going to be the first thing I do. If it's not, then after that, I just straight up emulate. That's it. Like, I don't think about it that deeply. See the Street Fighter DLC for Power Rangers? Yeah, I saw that. I wish it was DLC for the Street Fighter game, though, because, like, that's definitely the better fighting game. It would have been cool, like, playing as Ryu in Street Fighter V, wearing a Power Rangers costume. That would have been badass. I haven't played the Power Rangers Battle for the Grid, but I've heard it's pretty generic for a fighting game. It has that mobile game vibe to me, honestly. I don't know, maybe it's good, but I'm not hugely interested in it. The hell do I click on? Thought I had to turn this. You know what? Let me get that shotgun, because this freaking hunter's right out there waiting to cap my ass. Better than smelling like nuts? Wait, what? I mean, yeah, I don't want my video games to smell like ballsack. That's gross, too. The guy that invented game emulation is a hero? Absolutely. It's so funny. Like, I love engaging with those anti-emulation people. They're like, emulation's illegal. It's like, well, no, it's not. Emulation is not piracy. Emulation itself is not illegal in any way, shape, or form. That's already been tested in court. It's been tested in court. Like, for example, look up the case between who was it? Was it Bleem and was it PlayStation that was trying to sue them? I think it was Sony that was trying to sue them. Bleem and they won the case. The Bleem emulator won the case. Because that's the thing with emulation. What would be illegal if you just took like the BIOS of the PlayStation, for example, and you just reapplied it to your emulator? What they do with emulation is basically reverse engineer it and create their own code to mimic it, hence the word emulation. You're emulating something. That's not illegal because you've created something new that's original. It's just pretending to be something else. What am I doing wrong here? I feel like this is one of those things where I feel like this is one of those sections where I just have to click something that I'm right in front of, but I'm not like positioned exactly in front of it. Because I thought I just moved that crank, that valve. Yeah, Bleem and Sony. I'm glad Bleem won that. It's important for things like that to get tested in court because that's what sets these precedents. Oh, see, I told you. I had to get right in the middle of it. Oh, shit. See you later. Yeah, it's important to set those precedents, though, because then a lot of, like, that's how you move forward in the industry. Like, for example, like, what Street Fighter was trying to sue, was it Art of Fighting? It might have been another game. They're trying to sue one for copyright infringement because they made certain characters look too similar to Street Fighter, but they basically told Capcom, like, you guys don't own for the fighting game genre. Like, it's not the same exact thing you did, so therefore it's okay. At the end of the day, it's companies trying to one-up each other to get a big paycheck. That's all it is. I will admit the Thanos tire. Oh, Thanatos. Yeah, from Outbreak. I like the one in this game, Hypnos. I thought he was cool, but we never saw it again. Fell off my train. I like when they start running around in a circle like they don't know where to go. Come back here. See, they're afraid of the power of Ark Thompson. Can I shoot him from here? Actually, let me reload. There. Reload. Oh, gotta heal. And then I will blast them away with my shotgun. Like this. Oh, there were 3! One of them was fused with the graphics. I didn't see him. Oh, shit. Well, good thing I whipped out the shotgun. Handgun might not have been the best solution there. Ark is not a real name. Tell that to his parents. Alright? Tell that to his parents. They chose the name. It's a real name. Dead Aim this and Survivor 2 are so underrated. I never played Survivor 2. I want to check that out sometime, but it's just, it only came out in, I could play it on the emulator. It works. I've tested it on the emulator once, but I haven't actually played it. It's Code Veronica, basically, in first-person form, like in little, like, almost like little arcade sections. But it came out, it never got a release here. It got a Europe release on PS2. Called Gun Survivor 2. See, this is the last choice area here. There's 3 paths. I could go up there, and there's 2 doors over here. Come on, doggy. Survivor 2 is not great at all. Yeah, it looks like shit. Like, I've never really been interested in playing it because it looks like shit. Alright, see, last time I went to... Let me read it. See, you can go in here. And then there's 2 doors over there. What did I do? See, this is the hillside. I think this is where I have to go now. Because you can do the hillside, and then there's like a forest area too. Yeah, I think this is where I wanted to go. I think this is the hillside. Very short game. What, Gun Survivor 2? Yeah, it's just like little mini sections cut out from, no, it's not this. This is where I came from. It's little mini sections, just sliced out from Code Veronica. It's not even an original game. It's just Code Veronica. It's basically, it's Darkside Chronicles before Darkside Chronicles existed. Or portions of it. See, I think I had to go through this door first. I wrote down what I did last time. I went to El Mona Mountain Road or something. I think it was over here, yeah. See, this is where I went last time. El Mona. And then you have the choice of going down here. Or over here. Yeah, this is where I want to go. Ark is an Indian and Arabic name. Oh, there you go. His name. There you go. It's a real name. Are there any rewards for beating Resident Evil Survivor like in other Resident Evil games? Yeah, that you finished it. You get a digital pat on the back. You get to keep your guns on a second playthrough. And rocks fell. And he fell. Tyrants. A bunch of them. Let me see if I can kill them all. Normally you just run through and run away from them. Did I get him? I want that ammo. I want whatever you drop. I want it. I'm just gonna run circles. Give me some stuff. Oh, see? Nothing. Yeah, I'm just gonna run. I think there's more of them. This would be a horrible place to experience a Resident Evil outbreak, though. Because, like, this island's just filled with tyrants. Like, that's terrible. Imagine doing this game in the traditional Resident Evil games. Where you don't have ammo, you run out of stuff. And there were this amount of tyrants in it. No Ark Thompson. Oh, shit. I got punched. Yeah, that's the last choice I have to make in this game. And again, when we stream this game again in the future, we'll take the last remaining paths. That way, if you watch all 3 streams of this game that I did, it'll all be different. Or, well, we'll have all the different choices. Shotgun. You can unlock Infinite Bazooka if you collect all weapons beat with an A rank. I don't remember that. I must have had it when I was younger, though, because I 100%ed the hell out of this game. I played it so damn much growing up. I'm telling you guys, this, Dino Crisis 2, and Sub-Zero. Like, those are the 3 most played PS1 games under my belt. As long as I was Hunk, I'd be fine. We need a Hunk game. We almost got one, too, with the cruise ship. What are your favorite video game bosses? I don't know. There's a lot of good ones. I think the best boss fights were back from the old days of gaming. Like Super Nintendo and all that. Oh, that hunter's right in my face. You want some of this? Come here. Alright. Never again will you bother me, frog monster. I'm happy now that you got the gator pet. Yeah, I remember you wanted it last time. And I did not grant your wish. Sadly. But your wish has been granted. Call me Shenron. Is there endless ammo in the shotgun? No, those have ammo. But it doesn't matter. You don't need to save ammo in this game. Because, like, even the final boss, like, just use the handgun over and over. It takes a while, but it goes down. Everything goes down in this game with the handgun. And I still have my Magnum. Excellent. The only hard part to getting the bazooka is beating the time limit. Yeah. Which I hate. I hate timed. I hate being timed. But once you memorize the game and know it enough, like, you just run through the handgun and just cap everything and run everywhere you need to go. Like, you can easily just ignore everything in the game and just run. And that's essentially how you beat the time limit. I have to be honest, never played any of the Resident Evil games at all, only saw videos of them. Are there any that you recommend? All of them. I know that's a shitty answer, but honestly, like, all the main ones, absolutely. Like, go. What I recommend. It's gonna be weird for you though, because like there's so much different gameplay styles in Resident Evil. I recommend just going in order of the story. Actually, maybe going in order of release, starting with. I don't know. See, I would say Resident Evil 0, then Resident Evil 1 Remake. But Resident Evil 0 has a lot of weird new systems that you're not going to see in any other Resident Evil game. Maybe I would say if you have a PS4 or Xbox One, download the Origins collection and play Resident Evil 1 Remake first. And then play 0. And then from there, work your way through the series. But I think story-wise, I think those are going to be the 2 important ones that you want to start with. I mean, you could skip some of the side stuff like Resident Evil Gaiden on the Game Boy, Dead Aim on PS2. You could even skip this one. They're not important to the story at all. But yeah, Resident Evil, it's such a long-running series now, and there's so many different gameplay styles where, absolutely, I'd recommend all the mainline ones in the Revelations games. Don't start with 0 if you don't know the story. Yeah, that's what I say. I think 1 is a better... I think it's a better idea to play 1 before you play 0. Like I said before, 0 has some weird changes in the gameplay that might, depending on your opinion, turn you off. But it's a prequel to 1. Oh, you're getting close to me, you say? Let me just go back up the stairs and reset you. I didn't get into the older Resident Evil games because the tank controls wasn't fun. It's not all the games about, just don't get me wrong, just how it played. Yeah, see, I grew up with the tank. I like the tank controls, honestly. I always like them. But I feel like newcomers to the series, they might find the tank controls off-putting. But the remastered versions, they have the altered control scheme, where you don't have to use the tank controls. Like, it kind of makes it a bit smoother. I will always choose the tank controls, though. I love them. Zero assumes you played the first game, yeah. And it's got plenty of little plot holes here and there. But no, it doesn't matter. I still recommend playing it, though. Oops, all tyrants. And also, like, if you go through all the games, you're gonna find so much, like, you're gonna revisit Raccoon City a lot. Like, even like Operation Raccoon City, which I don't even, that's not necessary to play, but even if you were to check that out, it's like an alternate retelling of Resident Evil 2 and 3 that doesn't even combine with 2 and 3. So it's just, there's so much about the series. Reset the other Mr. X to oblivion. Yeah, you just walk up the stairs, leave, and he's gone. Pathetic. How dare you call yourself Mr. X? Are there any ghost-themed horror games you're into? Fatal Frame was awesome, yeah. I didn't play anything past the second one, though. Or did I? See, I don't remember if I had 3. I had 1 and 2 on PS2, scared the fuck out of me. Those games were pretty damn terrifying back in the day. I would like to play them again now, though, because I'm wondering if they hold up still. I don't know if they do. I haven't played it since the PS2 days, but those games are scary as hell. Nope, nope, nope. Stay down. Nope. You were denied. Lick these bullets, bitch. Lick these bullets. Oh, no. Oh, he almost came at me. Will you one day review the live-action Resident Evil movies? Yeah, I will someday. I don't know when, though. I'm not really in a rush to review those, to be honest. But I will someday, because it's Resident Evil, so I'm going to cover them at some point. Do you have any other timeline series in mind? A million. One I was actively working on and still am is the Zelda one, Legacy of Kain, Terminator. I'm literally working on all those, but everything's kind of on hold right now because Mortal Kombat caught up with me, the movie. So I'm doing a lot of Mortal Kombat centric stuff this month, and then next month I'm doing a lot of Resident Evil centric stuff. So everything that's not MK Resident Evil is on a semi hold right now. But yeah, do I have other ideas? I have a million ideas that I wish I had more than 24 hours in a day to work on. That's the thing about being a content creator. Like, you always have a million ideas in your head and just a limited time to produce what you want. Like, I have notebooks just filled with stuff like, yep, gonna do this, gonna do that, gonna do this. And then when I start working on it, something else pops up that I want to cover. They can't get me. What a loser. Another game that had tank controls back then on PS1 was Vampire Hunter D. I never played it. One game I want to play is that I didn't even hear about this game until I saw the Angry Video Game Nerd review. That Vampire, what was, someone remind me of the name? The Resident Evil Vampire game on PS1. It looked like, and it looks like shit. Fuck, something Vampire. I'd never heard of that game growing up, but I want to check that out so bad. Activation disc. Let's get out of here. Oh, you're a dick. I'm running. No need to fight there. It's that same game, Vampire Hunter D. Well, is it Vampire... No, Vampire Hunter D is the anime, right? I'm not talking about the anime. Fuck. Was it Vampire Hunter? I thought Vampire Hunter 2 was the anime. I think I'm talking about something else. Countdown Vampires. That's what I'm talking about. Countdown Vampires. I want to play that. When are you going to do a timeline series about Neopets? Today. Premiere today. Yeah, but Countdown Vampires, after I saw the AVG interview, I was like, I have to play that sometime. I would have absolutely played it back in the day. Even if it sucked, I would have played it. But yeah, I'm playing this. Never heard of Countdown Vampires? Yeah, I never heard about it until that last video he made about it. It was a couple videos ago now, but I'm glad he made that video on it, because that was something new to me. And it looked kind of cool, in a shitty way. Resident Evil Survivor was the first game I rented on my own from Blockbuster. It was also my first late fee. That's hilarious. This is one of those games that I specifically remember when I bought it, too. I bought it at Target for $20. And I remember with it, I also bought Twisted Metal 4. And I didn't like Twisted Metal 4 that much. I didn't think it was as good as the others. Patrick, you had oral surgery? Oh, glad to see you back. Got my wisdom teeth. Oh, man. I got my wisdom teeth removed when my son was born. I was 22 when my son was born. And I remember, like, the week before, I happened to have my wisdom teeth removed. And it sucked. Because I had, like, for a while, I had, like, inside my gums, the back teeth were, like, grinding. And it was hurting so bad. So I had to get all 4 taken out. That shit, like... It sucked, because it didn't hurt when they were doing it, because they just injected my mouth. They put a needle in my gums, and I didn't feel shit. But it was weird, because I could hear, like, the tooth cracking when they were removing it, and you could feel them pull it out, but it doesn't actually hurt. Until a couple hours later when I got home and the painkillers ran out. I remember I just, like, I literally just sat naked in the bathtub. Like, I took a shower, and then I just lay down in the bathtub naked, like, just hanging there with my mouth open, like... just letting the blood gush out, and I just didn't want to move. My entire face hurt. I was in there for like 2 hours, just laying down. It was awful. And yeah, they give you medicine and stuff that'll help with the pain, but it's like, that shit doesn't work. It still hurts. If you do Terminator Timeline, are you going to add Dark Fate? No. It's going to be a new and improved Terminator Timeline. And that requires the deletion of Dark Fate. The annihilation of Dark Fate. So I am essentially giving that movie a Dark Fate. There's no fate with what we make, right? Well, I'm gonna make that. Screw it. The Undertaker Commander dies sad. I love when you meet the Undertaker Commander in this game. You guys won't see him because that was in the first stream when we took the other path, but he just goes, whatever. Like, it's the greatest line in Resident Evil history. Like, you say all this stuff to him, he's like, whatever. It's pure gold. Pure gold. Did I do this? Yeah, I did this already. Thoughts on into what? Soul Reaver? Yeah, I'm doing the timeline for Soul Reaver. Originally, I was going to do it for Halloween last year, if you guys remember. But, I decided to, you know, because I was doing the timelines a little differently now, to where instead of just one long series, I kind of break it up into smaller parts. So I kind of, like, reworked it, like I've been doing with stuff now. And then I continued working on the beginning of the year, but like I said, like, Mortal Kombat and Resident Evil coming up, like, I didn't want to start it and then have this awkward, like, 2 to 3 month break in between with Mortal Kombat and Resident Evil stuff. So that's why I kind of put it all on hold. But Legacy of Kain games, I love those games, but I don't know. I don't know if this will be controversial, but it's how I feel. I don't feel they've aged well at all. Like, especially if you go back and play, like, Legacy of Kain, or Soul Reaver 1 and 2, just the controls feel ancient. Like, I don't feel they've aged well at all. I think Defiance is probably the one that's aged the best, because it's the most modern one. But even, like, going back and playing, like, Blood Omen 2 was painful. And it's just... It's controls. Like, it feels like an old game. Those games could absolutely use a remaster. Good games, great story, but they need a remaster at this point. I feel they do. Like, with better controls. Yeah, that's like I said, Defiance, I think Defiance is the one that holds up the best. Blasphemy unsub. But no, seriously, even playing, like, Blood Omen 2, like, Blood Omen 2 is a chore. Because, like, that's the kind of game where it's just, like, everything in that game feels and looks the same. Up until, like, near the end game. But yeah, Soul Reaver 1 and 2, like, playing with the controls, it's the same way I feel about Silent Hill 2. Yeah, I get it. Silent Hill 2 is a classic. It's nostalgic. It was groundbreaking for its time. But Silent Hill 2 now, I don't feel that Silent Hill 2 holds up well anymore. Like, control-wise, it feels ancient. It makes... I think it goes a step above tank controls being clunky. Like, that one, it's worse. Even the combat, when the combat with the melee attacks and stuff, like, it just feels like you're in slow motion the whole time. And I hate to say it because I love Silent Hill. I love Silent Hill as much as Resident Evil. I love Silent Hill 2. It's one of my favorite Silent Hill games. But, like, it feels ancient playing it now. It's genuinely a hard game for me to get through now, just because, like, while I'm playing, I'm like, oh, it feels so off. And, you know, people hate on Silent Hill Homecoming. That's one of my favorites. I don't know why. I don't even know why. Something with that game just clicked with me. Like, it's the only Silent Hill that I've actually run through multiple times to get every single ending, because I wanted every single achievement. I 100%ed that game. Like, I loved Homecoming. Did you ever play Mac and X for Dreamcast? Atlas first-person sword game? No. I don't even think I heard of that one. Silent Hill Revelations is better than Dark Fate by a long shot. I think those were both awful movies. I love the first Silent Hill movie. I thought Revelations was awful. I didn't like it at all. It does have that taste of the era. I guess same as being used to the tank controls. Yeah, I think it was a transition to trying to be modern and smooth, but the controls weren't there. Yeah, it's... Maybe that's why I like Homecoming a lot, though, because Homecoming felt like a more modernized Silent Hill for its time. Oh, look, that's where they're making all the Mr. X's. I agree that remake of Resident Evil 2 and 3 can't be canon because this game clearly establishes the Ivy monsters are not zombies with plants growing out of them. I like to think that what we saw in Resident Evil Remake weren't Ivy monsters. They were something else. I like to think that those were the... yeah, I know they called them that, but screw that. To me, they were more like the plant zombies in Resident Evil Outbreak. Because in Resident Evil Outbreak, outside in the forest, you fight zombies that have like plants growing out of them. To me, that's more like what those were. But I think Resident Evil 2 and 3 is just the remakes its own thing. There's so many different, like, it's funny because if you look in the Wikipedia page now, what they'll have, which by the way is filled with incorrect information, but I won't even get started on that, but what they'll have now is like if a character, like, I don't know, let's say for example a character dies a certain way in the classic and then dies a certain way in the remake, and the Wikipedia page will be like, some accounts say this, other accounts say this, so it's like different accounts of the same story. That's what it is. There's no canon anything for Resident Evil. It's just all a mishmash of all the different scenarios where they've chosen little bits and pieces. The way that guy walks is so intimidating. Yeah, that's all that's intimidating about him in this game. In the original Resident Evil 2, that thing will shred you and destroy you. Here, just a couple handgun shots. Try doing that in Resident Evil 2. It won't happen. And if it does, you'll waste a ton of ammo.
Hang on!
Lott. I gotta save this kid, man. Leave me alone, frog. Oh, damn. I like how I turn around and do this and Lott's still hanging. Alright, see you later, Jack. Thank you for the thank you for hanging out.
I'm sorry. Please forgive me.
What are you talking about? It's not your fault.
This is kind of cool.
Vincent is the one who caused everything.
This game's awesome.
Well,
Did you used to play this with a light gun? They never made the light gun compatibility for this game.
What do you mean?
They advertised it, didn't implement
You're
it in the final
detective.
release.
Your name is Ark Thompson.
what? Really? I'm not Vincent? Then why did you run away from me?
Because I'm the one that told Vincent about you.
Plot twist, he wasn't Vincent.
Hello.
After all.
I'm Vincent. I've been transferred to this facility to inspect it.
Nice to meet you, sir.
I know Commander Vincent. So I knew that you weren't him when I saw you.
What? A spy? Thank you.
Gold voice
You
acting.
are a good boy, Lott.
You are a
So
good
then
boy.
I'm Ark and not Vincent.
Talking like he's a dog.
Lott, do you know of any way to get off
My
this
PS1
island?
worked with the light gun with the D-pad on the back.
My dad told me that there's a
Oh,
railway
so did yours have
station
like
up ahead
did it
from
like
here.
emulate like you're using the D-pad?
A railway station?
That's kind of cool.
I
Yeah, the
heard
game
it
itself
runs
wasn't
underground.
a light gun game like it
Okay,
wanted to be.
We'll use that. Let's go get Lily. Go ahead. Hurry. We'll meet at the station.
Yeah, too bad we're not gonna get the whatever line. Here we go, self-destruct as always.
This island will self-destruct in 10 minutes. All the personnel must evacuate.
Getting House of the Dead voice acting vibes. That was voice acting back then in video games though. It was just straight up cheese. Evacuate immediately. Man, I swear, man, Umbrella hired some crazy ass people. Like people that are just real
That's
quick
right.
to unleash an
At the
outbreak and then
request of
blow
my
up
friend, Leon
an entire
S. Kennedy,
facility.
I came here to investigate. Oh, yes. I remember everything.
You guys caught that? His friend Leon S.
Tell me
Kennedy.
the truth.
Kennedy.
You are a spy, aren't you?
That was probably a glitch in the emulator, though. It's crazy that they haven't mentioned Ark again, considering that his friend is Leon. Like, Leon's kind of an important character in the series. I love this part when he falls. For those that don't know this, by the way, this is a flashback. This
Yes.
leads up to how you lost your
I'm
memory.
not Vincent. I'm Ark.
Alright, Ark. Let's do it. He just magically gets his memory? Yeah. Because the kid reminded him, so now it all comes back. It's logical. Just grubby hands away from me. And that way Survivor's a failure for not being a real rail shooter. Yeah, it's not a rail shooter at all. You're just moving around with the D-pad. It's an FPS, but that's it. It's an FPS. That wanted to be a rail shooter. Oh wait, I gotta get rid of them. They're harassing me. Yep, this is the end game. Getting close. This stream took the other stream was already over. I think this one took a little longer though, because we took the hospital path. I think that the hospital path is just a little bit longer. Because the arcade section is really short, so doesn't matter anyway. This game's not long no matter what you do. Oh wait, what did it say? And then you just run around and press X on everything. I think I have to go a different way first. I think this is where the tyrant wakes up. I think this is the part. Oh, did I get turned around? I think I got turned around. Oh, wait a minute. You gotta hit the bright lights. It has some replayability. Yeah, it does, because of the, I mean, aside from trying to get the best rank, too, it's got the, all the different paths, and I think that's what makes it cool, because, like, it's just a slight variation of the environment. I mean, at the end, you're fighting all the same enemies still, but, you know, like, the first time I streamed it, we didn't see the alligator boss fight, because that's exclusive to the path I took this time. I can't tell which series has worse voice acting, Sonic Adventure or early Resident Evil. Ooh, Sonic Adventure's got some bad ones, too. I don't know. Ooh, that glitch there, too. There's the Hypnos. Man, they really should bring back the Hypnos Tyrant. I don't know why, it looks so cool to me. Like, it's got that, like, black and gray color scheme, and then it keeps mutating further. And at the end, it's just, like, some big, like, hulking monstrosity. Why are you playing the worst Resident Evil game in existence? Don't hate, this game's awesome. The best. Actually, the worst would probably be one of the old, like, Java phone games. This is a light gun game everywhere but America. Yeah, we got screwed. Here he is.
Vincent. If it wasn't for you, I could have completed my mission. Umbrella was going to take care of me. But you had to go and screw it all up. Now, you're going to pay.
And he's done. Again.
No.
Friday Arcade, what's up, man? Did you upgrade your camera? Yeah, I'm glad you noticed. I did, actually. I went from a Logitech 920? 920 or 930, I forgot. That I've had since 2016 when I started my channel, to a Logitech Brio 4K camera. I had to mess with the colors, but it looks way better. Like, it's a lot more vibrant. Like, I hooked up the old one again just to see what the difference was now, and it looks all washed out. Why is the monster blood all green? I wish they just kept it all red. Let me try to do this without getting hit. The light gun I was talking about was the Namco GunCon with the D-pad. Yeah, they have, they also had another one that I really liked for PS2. I still have it. I just have nothing to really use it on because it doesn't work on non-CRT TVs, but they had a Scorpion 3. It looks like a real handgun, too. And it had recoil and laser sight. It was awesome, and it has a D-pad. It's so hard to find now. But that was PS2, and it works on dead aim, so that's what I had. And the laser pointer was awesome, because it was pointless and not accurate at all. But you had like a little laser pointing at the TV also. Scorpion 3 it was called. And Hypnos is dead. Well, no, he's not. But looks fantastic. Yeah, it was a little bit pricey, but I looked at the reviews and everyone was saying how good it was, so I decided to get it. Like, preferably I would have wanted like a real like DSLR cam with like a cam link and all that, but damn, those are like 500 plus. Like, I'm not gonna spend that amount of money on a camera. I'm just not going to. And Hypnos has returned. I'm gonna whip out my Magnum on him. Vincent was such a pitiful character. Shit, the Umbrella Commander was worse. See, on the if we take next time we play this game, when I take the third path, it'll be Andy that shows up there, the sewer manager that you didn't even see in this playthrough.
train.
This is the only dangerous
Hurry.
part, coming up with the cleaners on the overpass above the train. I thought the cleaners were really cool additions to like Resident Evil lore. They were like human monkey things with guns. It would have been cool to see them again. Immediately. Yeah, they're about to pop up now. In a second. But I had to activate that first. Got a lot of shotgun bullets. I'm trying to turn around, man. Okay, here. You have to be lined up exactly with the interactable, like with the interactive portion of that console. If you're not, you'll be wandering around trying to figure out what to do when you have to be lined up perfectly with it. They just popped up right in front of me. And it's so weird. They have like that, they make like that panther noise when they die. Oh, there's still one alive. Oh my god. I was pressing, you know what? I was trying to heal. I saved, by the way, before that part because I knew that was going to happen. I was trying to heal, and I kept pressing triangle to go to the menu, and it wasn't working. Forgetting that it's freaking start. I keep wanting to press triangle to go to the menu, which would make more, to me, it makes more sense. To me, start is pause. So when you have to hit triangle, or instead of hitting start, I'd rather hit triangle. See? Start. That's what it is. We went over 2 hours this time? Yeah. And I think it's because of the arcade. Because the first time you go to the arcade, once you go in the arcade, it's like one little area and you're done. The hospital does stretch for a little bit. Okay. Let me not hit triangle this time. Start. Okay, hit the right button this time. We're good. Does every Resident Evil game have a countdown? For the most part. In some way, shape, or form. Honestly, this part right here is harder than the final boss. That's ridiculous, right? But it's true. And it's over. Yeah, exactly. That's the only dangerous part of the game. The final boss is... With the final boss, you just run in circles around him and then loop back around and you're fine. Do the cleaners ever come back in a later Resident Evil game? No. Not at all. In no way do they ever come back. And it sucks because I thought they were actually cool new creatures. I love that panther noise. I don't know why. I want to know what they look like under the mask because we don't know. They have like long monkey arms too and they bounce around walls. Oh, look how dramatic the music is. Alright, hold on. Before the final boss, I keep pressing select too. I'm hitting like every button for the inventory except the right one. Alright, we are gonna combine this with the red herb. What else do I got? Do I only have one herb left? Doesn't matter. Alright. What's with the peaceful, happy music? That's what it is. Because we're at the end of the game. Till a monster shows up. What's the lore to the cleaners? Are they actually human or something? They're just bioweapons that Umbrella created. They basically, it's like a hit squad that Umbrella sends out. It's like a hit squad led by the Umbrella commander that they send out to clean up stuff.
Get in the helicopter!
That's literally it. There's no other information on them. Look at that face.
It's still alive.
It's a face only Umbrella can love right there. Did you make Gun Survivor Code Veronica part of your timeline? No, because it's basically just Code Veronica. So it's kind of pointless. Like, once I covered Code Veronica, there was no point in me adding a Gun Survivor 2. Like, you literally just can't be in a straight line. If you move to the side at all like that, he misses you most of the time. See, look. That's all you have to do over and over. It's inconvenient having to press R1 to aim, but like just... If I just press X, it'd be better. Got a lot of handgun bullets. Or Magnum. Oh, I missed. I gotta remember to heal, too. Pause, pause. There. Oh, I'm out. Alright, what do I have next? Grenade gun. I'll save that for the big form. Let's clean out the shotgun for now. How is he? And reloading. Yeah, there's really not that many health items in this game compared to some of the other Resident Evils. I noticed, because usually in the other games you have like 1,000,000 by the end of the game. And I didn't even heal that much in this game. Just a couple times here and there. There we go. Well, he's not dead yet. This is cool. Big man. See how cool this looking like remake form. Okay. All right. Grenade gun. Overly dramatic, this tyrant. I want to see this tyrant again. But, you know, his attacks don't really change. But, like, he's just a little slower now. And he's an easier target because he's bigger. So I feel he's kind of less of a threat here than he was before. He's stronger, though, I think. Let's see who dies first. I'm just holding R1 and pressing X. I might die, but let's see what happens. No strategy. Oh crap, wait, I ran out. That worked for a bit though. I might have messed up my run like that, but whatever. Just keep shooting. Alright, now I'm down to my handgun. Okay. Stop moving. There. 3 handgun bullets after all that, that's it. Fall over, big man. Bro. And that was the Hypnos.
Hurry!
Wonder if there's anyone else on the island left. And he just failed to save them.
Seconds to detonation.
This is the same ending as every Resident Evil game.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Kablam! There goes Sheen Island. Andy may. Oh yeah, Andy definitely exploded. He's still running around down there. 3D Island.
We're safe.
It can't be!
Or are we? Dun dun! This part's ridiculous.
Get down!
I love how he was conveniently placed right in front of where the rocket would hit him exactly, and the other one. Pure convenience. That's kind of badass, though.
What are we gonna do, mister?
Yeah. What are we gonna do?
I don't know, but don't worry. We can fly as long as we have fuel.
I love that. We can fly as long as we have fuel, so he's going to run out of fuel and just crash into the ocean with the children. Maybe that's why we didn't hear about Ark Thompson ever again. He crashed into the ocean because he ran out of gas. There we go. We figured it out. What are the odds that helicopter was fully filled with gas before he left? I don't know. Yeah, but that was... Let's see if I get anything special, which I know I didn't. That was Resident Evil Survivor. Path number 2. Hey, wait, I got A rank. Wait, hold on. Hey, Rogue Dragon, you said if you get A rank, you get the unlimited... How did I get A rank? I don't feel I even did that great. 150 monsters killed. Gun collection. I didn't get all the guns. I didn't get them all. Look, there's 2 guns missing. If I would have... Damn, so it's easy to get A rank in this game then. But I need to get all the guns to get the ultimate secret. So I'll have to get all the guns next time. But yeah, Resident Evil Survivor. Awesome game. You don't have to do that well in it to get A rank. As you can see. Would you like to save the weapons you've obtained? Yeah, sure. We'll stream it again next time. Probably during Halloween time. I think it'll be a good little nighttime Resident Evil stream. And we'll knock it out completely there. For the rest of the week, I do have my Mortal Kombat movie review coming. Aiming for Wednesday, probably. I'll let you guys know. Is it okay to quit save? Wait, hold on. Did I save? Overwrite. Yeah, overwrite. But yeah, I'll let you guys know more about that. But probably Wednesday. But Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern time. For those that are new to the channel, by the way, I know some of you new viewers popped in this stream. I stream Mondays at 1 p.m. and Monday 1 p.m. Eastern time. Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern time. So this Friday we're going to stream Terminator Resistance Enhanced Edition. That is going to be the PS5 cleaned up version with the PC content added on. They actually added on the Infiltrator mode, and they're doing story DLC later on. So that's going to be really cool. I love that game. You have to go into a library to get the last gun? Oh, that's where we'll go next time then. But yeah, I'll cut it off there. It's been a ton of fun. Hopefully I catch you guys in the premiere for my review and in the Friday stream for Terminator. So catch you guys later. Thanks for hanging out.